What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've got some designer fragrances that I want to unbox. I grabbed a few a couple things I've smelled before. One that's going to shock you that I'm just now getting because I had the EDT for years and it was too redundant to have both. But I figured, what the hell, Dolce & Gabbana, the 1 EDP. We've got the newest release in the Chopard Malaki lineup with leather Malaki, and then 2 replica fragrances. One I haven't smelled, one I have smelled. So I figured we'll go through them one by one, see what's good, see what's not good. They're all going to be good. It's highly doubt they won't. 2 of them I know are good. I just kind of put off getting forever. So we'll cross-reference them with the notes. We'll give them a first impressions rating or a revisit rating for 2 of them, if you will. And hopefully have a little bit of fun with it. There's links down below from where I bought them with Fragrance Buy, and there's YouTube shopping affiliate links if you want to grab them from other places. But as per usual, you don't have to buy anything to watch these videos. It's just there for your convenience. So stay tuned. So first things first, we are going to go with Maison Margiela's Replica Sailing Day. Nice aquatic. I've been meaning to get this one and check it off the list for a long time now. It's I'm sure very similar to others in the category, but yeah, what the hell, I'm always up for another aquatic. There we have it, standard fare. The little protective thing on top. Atomizer is not lined up, but that's okay. Get that out the way and give it a spray. See what we're working with here. No tracking today for those of you that are familiar with the new tracking tripod. The need to charge the battery turns out, and I didn't feel like waiting. I wanted to record. That is a soapy clean shower gel like aquatic. It is super generic to so many other things. Quality's decent, but it smells like shower gel. I mean, I got countless fragrances that smell like this. Yeah, it's not special. It's not special in any way, shape, or form. Aquatic deep sea. Yeah, it's salty, but it's still very much blue shower gel. Maison Margiela's take on blue shower gel. Oh, look, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay, but I mean, if you have a sizable collection, you have stuff like this. So let's pull up Parfumo. We've got the laptop. We've got Parfumo pulled up already. Let's look at the notes. Sailing Day 2017, 6.9 out of 10, 513 ratings because it's generic. Aquatic, fresh, synthetic green floral, marine notes, aldehydes, juniper, coriander, orris absolute rose, orchinox. So it's made by Mon. That's a ambery side of the ambroxan family, ambergris and red algae. So that's probably with this marine notes where you get that saltiness. It is a little powdery and floral, so it is developing a little bit. It is a little bit better than just a generic shower gel scent. That opening is just straight up generic blue shower gel. It's getting better as it dries a little bit. Not really drying, it's kind of settling down. Nautica Voyage EDT, no. I literally wore Nautica Voyage 2 nights ago. It's faint. Aquamarine from Bulgari, yeah, it's similar to that for sure. Just looking at some of the smells like section. 1 million, no. Light Blue O Intense, yeah, similar. Oceania, yeah, but Oceania is better. French Riviera a little bit, but French Riviera is better. But they're all falling into the same category. Look, it's generic. The florals are giving it a little bit of depth. It's solid. It's not special. It is something I'll wear. Just is it gonna like stand out over any other aquatics I have? Not exactly. I just got to make myself wear it. Be like, I want to wear an aquatic today. I'm gonna wear Sailing Day. It's a 7 out of 10 fragrance. It's a very good fragrance. It's just a very generic fragrance. There's countless fragrances that are similar to this in this category of this quality that are actually a little bit cheaper. This is around 90 to 100 bucks from discounters. It's solid, but it's not special. Maison Margiela, Replica Sailing Day. Yeah, 7 out of 10. Next, we are going to go with 2025's Chopard Leather Malaki. Now, normally I would stick with the fresher stuff because Beachwalk is going to be a fresher fragrance than this, but coconut sunscreen, it falls into a category, Mansera Holidays, a bunch of other stuff that I have. I'm familiar with it. It's just been a little while since I've smelled it, so we'll wait to revisit that. Now, this line, Cedar Malaki, was my gateway fragrance. Shout outs to Joel's Matrix for putting me on game with that one. I've got Musk Malaki. I've got Black Incense Malaki, and that's just those three. I'm looking at them right there. So here we have Leather Malaki. Quality stuff. I really, really like this line. Do 2 good sprays, or technically a spray and a half, if you will. I expect leather, right? Leather in the name. What type of leather accord, though? This can go a lot of ways. Ooh, smoky barbershop aromatic at this, like, combination. Like, it's got that barbershop aromatic aftershave, but a very leather heavy one. Like, think actually Replica at the barbers if you were to crank up the leather. Oddly enough. Where is it at? It is right here. Yeah, if you were to take this and make it an extremely heavy leather animalic, you get this. This is my favorite barbershop fragrance, so that should let you know where this rating's going. This is classic, but with a lot of leather. A lot of the smoky, spiced leather. This is going to go in the top 10 best designers of the year. This is definitely going to fall into that somewhere. This isn't that second tier. This is stellar. Sometimes timeless works when you add something to it to give it a little bit more character and depth, and that's what they did here. This is a classic barbershop fougere aromatic, spicy aromatic with loads of smoky leather. Spices cranked up. This is phenomenal. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be a high rating. Let's pull up the notes. Damn, it's a good one. They never fail to deliver. They really don't. 2024 release, not 2025. Sorry. 6.7 out of 10 for 5 ratings. So only 5 people rated it, and I guess they don't like barbershop fragrances. Bergamot, black pepper, leather, mineral notes, Nootka cypress, and smoky notes. That makes sense on why it's so damn smoky. They don't have a smells like thing. So the Dunk Papa says, synthetic saffron cypriol leather type that's approaching BR540 territory in the dry down. Crap. Now look, I'm not going to call him a liar that's saying a bunch of nonsense, stupid shit on the internet, but because it might dry down to smell like BR540. Because I'll tell you what I'm smelling right now, not even the slightest resemblance to BR540. Like, I don't get what he's saying. So that's why I say that little tangent. That's what he smells. That's what he smells. That's not what I smell. That little cypriol leather, saffron kind of smell. Sure, I get what he's saying, but it's black pepper. I'm sure there is some cypriol in there adding to the earthiness. For this leather accord, saffron could be part of what's making the leather accord. I think it's amazing. Me and this dude don't align. We wouldn't hang. Me and him wouldn't hang. Shout outs to the Dunk Papa. Different pages, bro. Yeah, because I'm 9 out of 10 over here. This is outstanding. It smells like a classic barbershop fougere with loads of leather and smoke. Amp up the spice. I like that kind of shit. Ergo, I like this kind of shit. BR540 as it dries down. Look, I'll report back in the weekly rotation. I'll try to give this a couple of sprays, give it a full wear. It's not really a summer-friendly fragrance right now, so maybe I won't get to it this week, but I'll be shocked if this dries into BR540's burnt sugar sweetness. I will be very surprised. And honestly, if it did add a little bit of that sweetness, I think it would be a good thing, honestly. But I don't see it happening in this profile. I just don't smell that deep in this fragrance. Again, I don't know, different noses. I think it's fantastic. Little bit of sweetness would come out at some point, I would think, but yeah, I think it's out freaking standing. So it's not going to go in top 10 releases this year. I thought it was 2025. It's actually last year. If I would have got it last year, it would have went in the top 10 for 2024. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for Chopard Leather Malaki. And now, Beachwalk Coconut Sunscreen Fragrance. Sunkiss Salty Skin. Calvi, 1972. Now, typically leans a little feminine. Eau de Soleil Blanc, Mancera Holidays, fragrances like that. I mean, it even has kind of a slightly feminine hue to the tone of the juice. But with the whole sun-kissed skin theme, it's actually matches perfectly as far as that's concerned. It's been a little while since I've smelled it, but I mean, it belongs to a very specific family of profile. The coconut sunscreen floral fragrances that, oof. Yeah, there it is. Wife's gonna want to steal this one. This one definitely leans a little bit more feminine than Holidays. Holidays is a little bit more fruity. This is definitely heavier on the florals. The yellow floor, like Lang Lang, probably has things like tuberose in here to give it that thick, creamy white floral smell and also help with that sunscreen accord that you get with the coconut. Man, that's good though. I like fragrances like this. Some don't. I'm a fan. My wife's a fan. Oh man, yeah. Glad to add it to the collection. Battery is low on the laptop. I have to charge it. How much battery life we got left? 10%. We might make it through. We might make it through. We go Beachwalk 2012. 7.2 out of 10, 872 ratings. Creamy, sweet, floral, fresh, aquatic. Bergamot, lemon, pink pepper, coconut milk. Transluzone, don't know what that is. Lang Lang and heliotrope. Musk, benzoin, cedarwood. And the smells like section, Holidays being number 1. I think that's a little bit fruitier, but yeah. French Riviera is not near as floral. Vanilla Vibes is obviously much more sweet, but it falls to all that. Soleil Blanc, Eau de Soleil Blanc. Let's see what else we got here that I would totally agree with, that I'm familiar with anyways. Curaçao Bay, not quite as feminine, but similar to, for sure. That one's fruitier, more aquatic. But yeah, as far as the ratings, I'm going to fall similar ballpark. They average it to a 7.2. I think this is more of a 7.75. I'll rate it a little bit higher because this is pretty good. But again, another one that's done to death. It belongs in that family of fragrances that I have a lot of the ones that I listed. This one I think leans more to the Tom Ford because it's so much heavier on the creamy florals. Whereas Mancera Holidays, which is, where are you, Mancera Holidays? Not right there. Not right there. Where are you, Mancera Holidays? I have so many Mancera fragrances. Jesus. I have too many. This is what happens when you have 50 bottles of one brand. You can't find something you're looking for. There we go. Took me a little bit, sorry. But Mancera Holidays, I do prefer this one. It's a little bit fruitier than this. Still creamy floral, sunscreen, coconut, all that, but a little bit fruitier. And it's a monster performer. Not that I need it to be, but I do recommend that one over this. But where'd I spray it at? Here. Whew. I do like it. Now, really good chance, fellas, if you get this, your lady's going to steal it because it is feminine leaning and it's going to speak to their taste more than yours, I'm sure. And if the wife decides she wants to steal this one, she can have it. It's not like I don't have other fragrances that smell like it. She'll probably get a lot of use out of this. Solid pickup. 7.75 out of 10 for Beachwalk. And last but not least, I figured why not? I got a tester of the one EDP. Now, I've had the one EDT for many, many, many years, and they are extremely redundant to one another. I hardly wear this. I don't really reach for it. That sweet ambery tobacco smell. Beautiful date night fragrance, quintessential stuff. I mean, I've smelled it countless times. I just never got around to getting it, and it was one of their door crashers, and I figured, what the hell, I put off getting it for so freaking long. Let me add it to the collection. Atomizers lined up. That's always a nice little touch. Sprays right away. Now, what I remember of it, it's been many years, what I remember of it is it's warmer and sweeter versus the EDT. The EDT is fresher overall, but same profile. And you might get like 2 more hours of longevity out of this one, which I've always gotten about 5 hours out of the EDT. Yeah, it's a little bit warmer. The amber is a little bit stickier. Makes it for a sweeter, warmer fragrance. All in all, the same fragrance. And this has always been an 8 out of 10 to me. This is a great fragrance. This is quintessential stuff. When in doubt, if you're going to dinner, Dolce & Gabbana, the one, always works. Never a bad dinner date situation for this. First date, going out with your wife, meeting friends for a drink, any evening setting in an establishment that serves food or beverage, this works. This works, and it works every time. And it doesn't just have to be going out to dinner, but that's the ideal setting. And the EDT always did just fine. I got a good deal on this 50 ml at Marshall's years ago in Texas, and I was good with it. I smelled the EDP after, and I was like, I don't need both. I'm cool with this. So for years and years and years, I just didn't get it. I didn't get it because I didn't need it. I still don't need it. But I figured, what the hell? And it's gorgeous. It's still beautiful. It's still quintessential. Let's pull up the notes just for the hell of it before this battery dies. Dolce & Gabbana, the one for men, Eau de Parfum 2015, 8.4 out of 10, 3,941 ratings, ranked number 10 in men's perfume, because it is goated. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not. Sweet, spicy, woody, oriental, fruity. We got grapefruit, basil, coriander, cardamom, orange blossom, ginger, amber, tobacco, cedar. So sweet being the main accord, and sweet is not what you would get from this note breakdown, right? You would get very spicy, earthy, warm, because spicy notes alone, you got basil, coriander, cardamom, ginger. 4 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 of the 9 notes are spiced notes. And it's not over the top spicy. They list it as sweet spicy and then woody, oriental, fruity. I would say sweet, ambery, spicy, woody. It's fantastic. Again, 8 out of 10 stuff. It's always been an 8 out of 10 for me. It's not so special like it once was, because there's a lot of fragrances I gravitate to. La Nuit de l'Homme line, for example. Not even La Nuit de l'Homme. Some of its flankers are my all-time favorites for dinner. Things like Mentor from Mind Games and French Defense are like elite god-level tier dinner date stuff. Crazy expensive, but I mean, that's a whole nother world of excellence for dinner. Just, oh my God, you should try those. Be wary. You're going to end up buying a $300 bottle if you sample that stuff. Just be warned. They're perfection. But with that said, you can never go wrong with this. I feel like everybody should have one of these. And most people would get this one because it's a little bit stronger. They're still cheap, but either one, you're good. I think everybody should have this in their collection. This is like cornerstone stuff when you're building a collection. And yeah, glad to finally add it. I'll give it some wear. Next time we go to dinner, I'm going to try to remember to reach for this one. But 8 out of 10, this is a groundbreaker. One of the greatest dinner date fragrances for men ever created. Dolce & Gabbana, the one, Eau de Parfum. Well, that was the fragrance haul. You can grab them down below if you're interested. You don't have to grab a damn thing. I'm just glad you spent time with me here on this video, and hope you have a great rest of your week. It's Thursday at the recording of this video. We are past the midway point. Let's move into the weekend with some productivity, and let's try to be successful in our day every day, shall we? I'm going to try to do that. I hope for the same for you. So make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. We'll see you on the next one.